DJ Stiletto, welcome to Illustrate Radio. We're gonna start up with music and then I'm gonna bring in my host and then we're gonna bring in a guest. How about that? Let's turn up. Let's get it. All right. Hey, T Gray.
Ready
T
to say
Gray.
your name. Say your name, girl. Hey, ready to say your name. Yo, I needed that. I needed that boost. What's up, you guys? And welcome to Illustrate Radio. I am your host, T Gray. You guys are missing my girl Lucky tonight because it's her baby's birthday. And you know us moms, we put everything to the side when it's for our baby's birthdays. So shout out to her, shout out to her son who is celebrating today. But y'all know we ain't leave you hanging. DJ Stiletto done went and put on an extra hat. She gonna do the headphones and the hosting. DJ Stiletto is stepping in as the co-host tonight. What's up, Stiletto?
What's going on? We lit. That's what's up. How was your Mother's Day?
It was good, and happy belated Mother's Day to you too.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah.
I didn't want my kids on Mother's Day.
Listen, I understand. I understand. And on Mother's Day, I always have to put on I got to take my mother hat off and put on my daughter hat and treat my mommy. So that's what I was treating my mommy all day. Yeah, on Mother's Day, but it was definitely good. So you guys, I hope you are in for a fantastic show. But you already know, first things first, we got to get the business out of the way because I want to make sure that you all are following us and that you all are checking us out all the time. So most definitely make sure that you follow us at illustrate_radio on Instagram. Make sure that you're checking us out on YouTube. Make sure that you're listening to us on iHeartRadio and all the other platforms. Make sure that you're on your Roku and you download your 7 on demand and that you're checking us out every Wednesday at 8. And you better be here all the time. Streaming live from the Studio 202 Facebook page. Tonight we have a dynamic guest in the building, you guys. R&B sensation Ricky, signed to Murder Inc. She's going to come on in the second half. We got that spit, that ish. We're going to have a fantastic show. First things first, we're going to jump into my love and... So, this week been a long week for you, girl. This love and is really about to be so simple. Y'all gonna be mad at me. It's love, and your ass need to take a nap. Okay, because let me tell you something. If I haven't learned anything, you guys, in this past week, is that T Gray has truly gotten to an age I need to take a nap. Okay, it is not pretty to run, to grind, to bust your ass and not get the sleep that you need. Now, we are all mompreneurs. We are all doing something, we have our regular jobs and we have our side hustles and we have our kids and we have so much going on. And in the pursuit of our dream, in the pursuit of us branding, in the pursuit of just chasing the grind, chasing us and we chasing it, sometimes we forget to take a moment for ourselves. Sometimes we forget to relax. Sometimes we even forget to sleep. And every once in a while, take a nap, y'all. Especially if you're 30 plus. Let me just go ahead and lay that at your feet. Because y'all 29s, y'all don't understand. But the 30 to 35s, y'all just in the picture. Nigga, take a nap. I wish that I lived in California where they had nap time as a part of our daily routine. Get your rest, you guys. You can't be at your best if you're not getting the proper sleep. And every once in a while, shut down. You ain't got to keep moving. Sit at your ass down somewhere. Get you a juice box and a blankie and appreciate that. Appreciate that 20 minutes, that 1 hour, or hell, that 2 hours. And get you a nap in. Listen, that's a word to the wise. Yes. So what's been up with your week, Stiletto? What's going on? Good news, great news. What's happening in your world?
So I'm making an announcement probably around next week, going into the week after. I will be finally fulfilling one of my dreams, one of my long term goals, and that is starting House of Stiletto, which will be shoes, tons and tons of shoes, and that's what I've been doing. So it's been my big secret. But certain people are starting to know, so I'm starting to tell. But it will be under the House of Stiletto. I am still taking tons of gigs. So it's all in one. We just gonna wrap it all in one.
So Stiletto about to be the shoe connect. I'm excited. So are all the shoes going to be as the name? Are they all going to be stilettos, or what kind of shoes can we expect to see?
So I have everything. So I do have stilettos, of course, but I have varieties because I like high heels. A lot of people don't have a foot arch like mine, so mine is almost kind of flat, which makes higher heels comfortable. But I have a lot of like cousins and family that they have a high arch, so I have like little heels, little slides. I have nice little like sandals because not everybody wants to rock a stiletto. When you at the club and you want to change your shoes, but you want to make sure that whatever you change into is cute. I got those. I got some slippers coming in. I got a sneaker or two. You know what I'm saying? I'm just throwing in here and there. I also had socks too, because that was me and my kids' thing when we had our business with socks and purse stuff. So we're gonna keep the socks going because we still wear the socks, little slouch socks and whatever else coming out. So we got a couple of things, lined up.
Okay. I'm excited for you, sis. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait
Yeah.
to see it. Now I'm gonna be quite honest with you. Your girl is not the best in heels. Okay, I am a tennis
That's
shoe
okay.
girl at heart. Like if I
That's
could do
okay.
tennis shoes with a formal gown, like that would be me. I'm sneaker ball type chick all day. And so as I'm getting older and more mature, I have to, put some heels on from time to time. So now I'm starting
Yeah.
to be, wear my heels with my jeans and stuff like that, trying to give these people a
It's
little
not
bit of
necessary
femininity.
every time.
It's
Yeah,
not,
like
but
it's not necessary every
definitely
time.
gotta step my game up. So maybe you can help me step up my shoe game, definitely my heel game. With my big old
Yeah.
Flintstone feet I got over here. Is there any shoes to
I
make my
started talking
Flintstone feet
also.
still look cute?
I also needed to tell you this because you're my love and sex expert. I started talking to a new young man. That's a great thing too.
Yes.
Baby steps though, baby
Ooh.
steps. But shout out him. Shout out him. We'll talk about that later.
So
But I wanted to
now,
shout out him.
so listen. So while you say new young man, is he young? Like what you call
No,
young? What
he's a year.
just say
He's a year. No, he's a year older. Actually, he's a year
okay.
older.
Okay, shout out new young man,
So
because
I'm
let
gonna
me tell
say
you
about
something.
that.
Let me tell y'all something, because T Gray know a whole lot about a little bit. When a chick started talking about you on nationally syndicated radio shows live for everybody to see, young man, that means you're putting it down, young man. Okay, young man, young man, what you doing, young man? Okay, young man. I don't know your name, but salute, bro.
I take everything I
Look,
just said back. Delete this from the
young
show.
man, young man. If I ever see him, that's what I was. If I ever meet this guy, that's what I would say. Young man.
No.
You got this girl taking birthday photo shoots with her ass out, young man.
Oh,
For those of you all
I'm
who are
trying to know.
popping up and see us every week, it was just Stiletto's birthday. And if you're following her, I'm sure you would have seen the dynamic photo shoot that she did. You look absolutely amazing. Okay, she was
Thank
giving us
you.
nothing but all white geometric Jane Jetson in the front. And then she turned that shit around and was giving you old school little Kim in the back. girl is tearing it. She gave us a dynamic mix.
I'm here
So,
for it.
you guys, it is time for Spit That Ish. We're going to get into it. There's a whole lot going on, entertainment wise, music wise. It's always something popping. First things first, Kurt Cobain. Who tired of Kurt Cobain spilling tea and always got something to say about something to say? So previously, he had claimed that Suge Knight and Halle Berry used to date. Then he said Miss Chalet told Tupac that she caught Dr. Dre in the bed with another man. Now he's saying that at some point when Keisha Cole was 12, that she reportedly was running or owned death row. Listen, I don't even know how much energy to put into this story because every time he says something, somebody else comes out to debunk what he said. And it's always alleged, alleged, alleged. But even what he said about Miss Chalet, and although Miss Chalet and Dr. Dre relationship didn't end on the best of terms, she still spoke out and was like, no, that's a lie. You know what I mean? Even after
Mm.
all these years. So I don't know if he's clout chasing, but why would you have to? I don't know if he needs some sort of light shed on him, so he just randomly drops these things that supposedly happen. But really, where's the story? Like, I'm not entertained by this, Kurt. Are you entertained, Stiletto?
No, not at all. I feel like the truth is always going to come out. I guess we're just going to see how it plays out. But yeah, no, I'm not. I'm tired of hearing about it.
Yes, I don't really get excited about anything that he has to say. Like I said, I feel like he just wants some light on him for a second. So there's your light.
Mhm.
We gave you yours,
Mhm.
boo, your whole 20 seconds. Look at you doing big things. Um, Somebody who actually is, and it is such a shame that we recognize people, or rather that this country recognizes people in this way only after they pass. But Maya Angelou, you guys, she's going to have her face on some very, very fantastic quarters. Of course, you all know they're going to be limited edition. Of course, you know that people who collect coins or who are into them are definitely going to be hitting up the mint. She's going to be featured on a quarter, and it's so they're beautiful. They all are representations of her words or her poems, just in different aspects. One of them in particular has her holding the open cage, and the other has her with the bird in her hand to represent why the cage bird sings. So I think that this is so dynamic. She is definitely more than deserving. Us as
Mhm.
a country, when it comes to color lines and when it comes to people being recognized for their contributions to the country, a lot of times it gets missed. And not only just people of color, but women of color who have poured into this country in so many different ways. It does get overlooked. So I'm just excited that she's being recognized and that they're sticking true to her image, they're sticking true to her words. Apparently, also, that Harriet Tubman was supposed to be on a $20 bill, and I think that that's also moving forward. But it's going to go into the American Women Quarters program. And so just to be a, a young Black girl who can remember, the times when she spoke and when she said how powerful it was, I'm excited. I'm excited for this. And I hope that a lot of people do actually invest in these quarters. What do you think,
That's an
Stiletto? Are you
honor.
excited about these quarters?
I think that's a blessing. I think that it took way too long for us to get a woman and an African American woman, somebody that's such a what's the word I want to use? But somebody that is just so important to us as Black women. Let's say that. Um,
Hmm. Hmm.
I think that's amazing. I really do. I don't think I would spend that.
Yeah.
I
So
would want to keep it.
of course, it's definitely a keepsake. It's definitely something you want to pass down to your children now. Although the mint says, although George Washington's face is still be on the front, that, she would definitely be displayed on the back. And part of me feels like that wasn't necessary to say. But, we
Definitely.
can appreciate just the fact, yeah, it would just the fact that she's being recognized and is being recognized true to her image. Um, So moving on in back to more music news. You guys, Jay-Z is named Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's inductee for the class of 2021. Now you know that there's a lot of rules, a lot of stipulations in order to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And if anybody has made it or has put their stamp on it, it's Jigga,
Yes.
man. Y'all
Jay-Z.
already
Yep.
know. Yes, and DJ Stiletto. Look, I'm gonna let you handle this because you the music buff on here. How excited are you about Jay-Z being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
He is one of my favorite rappers of all time. Period. Um, it's about time. That's how I feel. He has made his mark not just in music, but in the business aspect, just all around. Just it's about time. It's about time. hmm Him and LL Cool J. It's about time. I'm surprised that LL Cool J wasn't already in it. Yeah, yeah.
You know what though? It's like I said, it's so many rules. So it's almost like it's a lot of people who I feel like along the way we feel like, dang, they should have been, they could have been, you know what I mean? But
Mhm.
they'll mention it or they'll nominate them, and then you don't see nothing come of it. But
Yeah.
Jay-Z is joining you guys, just a handful of other rappers, one of which is on my shirt, the Notorious B.I.G. Another New York rapper, Run DMC is in there, you guys. Public Enemy, Beastie Boys, NWA, Tupac, my favorite rapper of all time. Um, Grandmaster
hmm
Flash and the Furious Five. I didn't even know that they were in there. So he's actually joining people who have laid foundations. Um,
hmm
and I think that part sometimes is overlooked with hip hop is so foundational, and
Yeah.
not it's nothing wrong with the way it's grown and the way that it's evolved. But I would challenge some of these young rappers to just don't forget where these foundations was poured, bro. Like look at where you're coming from and look at where you can take it to. And Jay-Z is definitely deserving. His catalog is amazing. His catalog is amazing. And I mean, way back to the Hawaiian Silky fame, Jay-Z has been putting in that work and is definitely deserving of it. So I'm excited. So moving on for just a moment, Martin Lawrence partners with the Detroit Pistons for a limited edition merchandise. So I think that
Mm.
that's interesting. Um,
That's dope. That's dope.
It is super dope, but I think that maybe I find it interesting because he ain't from Detroit, y'all. So it is basically based on the show. So if you all are Martin's fans, in his show, he was WZUP, the best radio station in Detroit. So I think that it is definitely fitting, and the merchandise that they're going to be putting out, and it's so very interesting that the Pistons are getting involved in it, but the merchandise that they're going to be putting out is typical of the original Martin logo, the name. And so all of it is that type of old school, early 90s
That's dope.
cross color type effect. So I am looking forward to seeing people rock some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Like you guys, I wouldn't even be mad about being brand ambassadors. And the fact that the Detroit Pistons are signing on to really see this through, I think that that's interesting because very rarely do you ever hear sports teams or franchises really promoting,
Really doing
especially when
that.
it comes to
hmm
merch, promoting something outside of their own what's within the
But
NBA,
that's
what's
what
within the
Martin did.
NFL.
He repped them.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
yeah.
repped
So
them.
I
The
think that
Pistons all.
I think that is dope, and I think that how powerful of a show do you have to have? How powerful of an entity do you have to be to then have a sports team support you in that way? This isn't Nike, you guys. This isn't Reebok. This isn't Gatorade. This is Martin. Like to me, I think that this is a groundbreaking partnership. I think that this opens a lot of doors, especially for other sitcoms, especially Black sitcoms to come, you know what I mean, and really be able to build business and really be able to, um, what's the word, you guys? I know y'all know the word. When you promote me, I promote you. I can't think of the word, but y'all know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Somebody help me. That's my lack of sleep, y'all. I told y'all I need a nap. Because I can't remember the word. And
Wake
listening, the
up.
second half is going to be like, it's going to come right back to me. Jesus Christ is gonna come right back to me. But you guys, we got a great second half coming up. We have the R&B sensation. Singer Ricky is on her way in. Before we get her in here, you guys get to get some of her music and DJ Stiletto's mix. I want you to get into it. I want you to enjoy it. Catch this vibe. We're gonna rock out for a little bit. We'll bring Ricky on. We'll have a dynamic interview. You definitely want to ask her some questions. And if you're on our Facebook Live, tap them questions on in and we can get those asked to you in real time. Have a lot of fun with it. So, DJ Stiletto, you ready with that mix?
Yep, I'm ready. Let's talk about it.
Let's go.
Everybody. Yo, let's get into it like this. That's that new Ricky. We waiting for her to go in and log in. Our special guest tonight. You know what it is. TT, where you
It's
at?
all
TT,
right.
where
It's
you
all
at? Where
right.
you
We
at?
could go ahead and bring it back. We could go ahead and bring it back because we could have a little teeny hot take until she hops in. So I find that this only fitting that she's a R&B princess in the making. She's singing these love songs and singing about these men. And Stiletto say she got a new young junk on her line.
Oh my god.
I'm just saying, can we sing a song to him?
Can you
No,
guys
Ricky,
hear
we
me?
can't see you. We
We
can hear
can,
you.
Uh,
we
The
hear
hearing is
you, but we can't see
I could
you,
see myself
girl.
in the corner. Let's try it again. Can you see me now? Hello?
we can hear you. Hello.
It's a little bit delayed, but
Yes,
hopefully you
we
guys
can
can
see
see
you.
me. Okay,
It's
cool.
We can
okay.
see you.
Welcome to Illustrate Radio. You guys, we were just
Hello.
listening to her new single, Heartbreak. This is Ricky. Welcome, Ricky.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
Oh, most definitely. So we are
Welcome.
feeling this song, sweetheart. We are loving the sound, loving
Thank
the
you.
music. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself, your journey, and what
Mhm.
you doing besides racking up all these accolades.
So I'm from New Rochelle. I'm 24. I'm a singer, songwriter, and an actress, and a little bit of a designer on the side. I like to crochet. I started my own crochet line called Ricochet, and I just got my business and all that for it. So everything with that starts pretty soon. And right now, my single Heartbreaker is out, and we're just trying to make it do what it does, get it to the top and all that, you know?
And it is definitely hot. So you are
Let's go.
signed to Murder Inc. and everybody, um, Murder Inc. at one point was just fire. You know what I mean? And so now, how is that one being signed to Murder Inc. and then how is it being a part of the revival, so to speak, of bringing that brand and that label back to the forefront?
It's really awesome. My story is a bit unique, I would say. Irv is actually my uncle. So growing up, I was obsessed with Murder Inc. and I was very privy to the inside of it all. Very much of like a legacy type of vibe that was going on. And naturally, I just fell into music, not really through Irv and Chris, but because I genuinely just have a love for the arts. And I started in musical theater. I used to play the piano, And my piano teacher, she would just have me audition for her plays that she would write. And that was my first taste at hitting the stage. And then I got involved in a lot of musical theater. And Irv saw it since I was young. He always thought that I could be a part of this industry. And then for years, for the past 8 years, I've been working with my Uncle Chris, his brother. So we're all a part of the same family. We're blood. So he brought me up. He taught me everything I know as far as how to move, how to be a businesswoman, how to be a boss. And so this year, Irv, decided to sign me to the label and for all of us to start working together. And it's been going really great.
Nice.
So has it been a challenge at any level, or what has been your challenge being in the business and being new to it? I'm sure that having them as your family members, you have a very strong safety net around you, but do you still experience a lot of challenges?
Yeah, of course, because the first 8 years of my career, I didn't work with him. So nobody knew that I was related to him. No one knew that I was making music through him as an inspiration. It's always just been something I love to do. And I have projects out and singles out and music videos out that I've worked on before working with Irv. And so as I started to level up and become a little bit more known in New York, I think that what sparked his attention, I was working with an artist he was working with at the time. And he thought I was talented, and he was telling Irv, and so naturally it just came about. It was like I wouldn't want to work with anybody else, and he didn't want to see me working with anybody else, so joined forces.
Stiletto, did you have something, because you have the background, you have the mixes, you have you heard her sound. What do you think about her sound, Stiletto, as a DJ and being able to allow it to be all over the country?
So I love your sound because your sound gives more of like a worldly feel. So it can be played around the world. And I love I do love that. Like, is that hard for you? Is that like the ultimate goal for you, to make sure that you can spread your music everywhere and not just like one, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I definitely strive to reach the masses. Like, I grew up in New Rochelle, which is kind of a melting pot. It's very diverse. It's a lot of culture. It's not in the city, but it's close enough to the point where like I gravitated toward the city. And so I have a bunch of different types of friends, and I worked at a bunch of different types of places and got to know a hell of a lot of different kinds of people who come from all these different backgrounds, and all these different cultures have different types of music. So on my album, I have a lot of different vibes. Like, we have dance hall, we have R&B, we have rap, we have EDM, we have house music. We have like a bunch of different types of vibes. So I would definitely say, as an artist, I try my best to make it as worldly as I can, because I want everyone to relate to it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That should be a goal for a lot of artists.
Your album, yeah, most definitely, most definitely.
Yeah.
So with your album, who is it that we can look forward to being featured on your album with you, or is every song a solo?
Majority are solos, but a few I could say that are locked and loaded. My homegirl Miracle, she's really talented. She's from Las Vegas. She's 16, and she's one of the best rappers I've heard. One of the best female rappers I've heard. So I had the pleasure of collaborating with her. My guy Jazz Laser, he's out of Las Vegas as well. And he's on the album. And I have a couple of artists that we have songs together, but we're still deciding if they'll just be singles, if we're gonna add them to the album. We're still going through all those decisions.
So, what was it like working with Ja Rule? When he came into the scene, he definitely brought something new to hip hop that everybody didn't hear. And I always
Yeah.
joke around, me and my other co-hosts, like 50 used to give him so much grief, but he stole his style for real because Ja Rule was the first to really bring in a melodic rhythm or something different, and he has that voice that is just, you know, timeless. What was it like working with him and getting that voice on one of your songs?
Working with Ja is dope because he's just a very genuine, very real guy. You feel me? With them too, it's always all positive vibes. Like they really love making music. They are true visionaries. They're true artists. So when they get into the studio or in front of a camera, behind a camera, because they work both sides, the lessons that I learned through them are just to do everything because it's your passion and have tunnel vision and remain positive and keep your eye on the prize because it's what we love to do. So it's like we just have fun while we do it. And working with him is just an honor because I grew up listening to his music. I'm 24, so um, Murder Inc. Not just because they were close to me, but just as an artist, they made some of even today's it's timeless music they were making. They made music that's gonna live on
Mhm.
forever. So I think that's something that I strive to do. And working with them, they give me the tips and tricks, and I just have to hope that I could, make them proud, live in their footsteps, and all that.
Yeah, most
Nice.
definitely. So, as a writer, do you
Mhm.
have a favorite song that you've written?
Yes. Currently, I would say one of them is called Gangster in Love. That one was pretty cool. But as far as songs that are out, I would probably say Blame Me. Blame Me and Alone and Missing You. All my favorite songs I've written are on my first EP. And I think because my first EP, First Time Lover, had more of like a storyline. It had more of like a sappy love story. So it's kind of like when you're in the crib and you're chilling, the wordplay is fun and it's like a nice story to listen along to. But as far as this album goes, Heartbreaker is probably the favorite song I've written on this one, including the remix. I like the remix better than the original, actually. And that's coming next. So you guys have to stay tuned for the
Yes.
remix.
Yes. We need the remix. Yes. Okay.
The remix is on the way. It's fire. I love it. It's my
Okay.
favorite one. hmm
Nice.
So, you mentioned earlier about Ricochet and the fact that you crochet. So, you guys, if you're not up on Rick Woods, again, I don't know what y'all be doing, but if you scroll through her Instagram and see some of the amazing things that she made, now y'all can't see it because my DJ sitting down, but my DJ stacked over there. Okay, she got the body to rock the party for real. And let me tell you, one of them crochet dresses, I am in awe of what you can do with
Thank
Don't
those
you.
needles.
know.
And it's so it's so very interesting because you guys, you see her,
Do you know how to
dolled up,
crochet
made
too?
up. Yeah. No, but I need to learn how to do
I'll send you
something,
because
OB. But to see you
crocheting is cool.
in one, yeah, but to see you like in one light and you're performing and you're all made up and it's all about the business, and then you keep scrolling down and you see you sitting on the couch just with your needles, and then the next thing you see
Right.
is a badass dress, back out, halter. Like, did she just did that with some yarn? Like, what? But it is amazing what got you into that, and then
Oh,
how did you develop to just
thank you.
be so fantastic at it?
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. My grandma actually taught all of the girl cousins and I when we were younger. I was like 7 or 8. She taught us all how to crochet. And I took an extreme liking to it and I stopped for years, but about 2 3 years ago I discovered it on YouTube, and I just found a bag of yarn in my closet one day, and I still had my needles, and I was like, oh, I kind of want to pick it back up. Like I was going through a breakup. I needed something to distract myself and just get my mind off of things. So I started picking crocheting back up and just doing that in my free time. And the way it would help me was because it would keep me off of my phone, or like, just different things that could be a bit toxic depending on what you're going through. And I would
Right.
crochet these like elaborate pieces, and by the end I have this really cool product, and I'm like, oh shit, I made that. And it's like whatever I was focused on before, I'm not focused on anymore. Now I have this like dope crocheted outfit that I could just wear and like get cute, make yourself feel better. And that was like the whole foundation of Ricochet, was just like something to make me feel good. And people caught that vibe. So I thought it was something that I should capitalize on and like make it a business and have it stand for everything I stand for as a woman, and have it be something that anybody, any woman, culture, you feel me, ethnicity, shape, it doesn't matter, could rock crochet clothing. And when you do, it feels popping. Like it's cool, it's unique. So that's why I got into that.
It
Yeah.
is
You don't have a
definitely
page for
unique,
it?
and I can just
Hmm?
You have a page for it? You don't have a page for it? It's called
I'm gonna
Ricochet?
start an Instagram. I didn't start an Instagram for it just yet. I just actually started a business
Yes.
for it, and I'm gonna start.
Okay.
I'm slowly but surely taking the steps to make it official, because I've had a lot of people, reach out to me asking for pieces. So I think I'd be kind of stupid not to make it into a business. So I'm working on that right now, actually. So
Yeah.
soon.
Okay.
and I can tell you, in looking at it, I never even considered having something crocheted to like a dress or these halter tops. And then I didn't even really think that it was something you could do in the summertime. Like I'm so used
Oh yeah,
to, we only see the hats and the scarves. Like I've never in my entire life have seen what you're doing.
yes.
So you're
Crochet clothing is
definitely
boom now. There's a
it's,
Rihanna just posted a picture in a crochet dress. I posted it on my story today because I'm like, I love to see it. There's a lot of people wearing crochet clothing right now. So I'm like, maybe I'm starting my business at the right time.
most definitely, like I'm for it. Seriously.
Hmm.
So
There's
if
a
you
lot
could
of
just
really
make me
dope
a little
crochet
something,
lines.
you know, make me a little something.
Hmm. Yeah.
I'm right in the middle. I'm on my way to full figure, but I'm still trying to eat right. So if you can make something for that, like
Hey, it's made. Listen, all you have to do is send your measurements, and then it's made to fit. So anybody could rock
Yeah.
crochet clothes.
let me
Yeah,
tell you something, because if I get in one of them crochet dresses and get on some of
I'm
these
telling you.
stiletto heels she about to break out with her house
Period.
stiletto, y'all ain't gonna be able to tell me nothing. Okay, just so y'all
Nothing.
know,
Hmm. I'm telling
nothing.
you,
And
crochet
I'm
clothes
trying to string my own soundtrack of
tonight.
your music.
Nice confidence. Oh yes. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, we need you to start your page and get it cracking
I
so you can
know.
start that book.
Soon. I know.
But let's
Soon. Right now, the main focus is, making sure
bring it.
everybody knows about Heartbreaker. Everybody's watching the music video, staying tuned for the remix, and then we have a bunch of singles that we're dropping this summer, and then towards fall, we're probably going to be dropping the album. So that's my main focus right
That
now.
was
Ricochet, it will be there.
Yeah, that was going to be
Nice.
my next question. When could we expect the album release? But I'm definitely looking forward to it. You say it's coming in the fall, so you guys got to stay tuned. You guys got to pump these singles and make sure that you
Please.
support her, because first off, your voice is amazing. I definitely feel like
Thank
you're bringing
you.
a sound that is very, very refreshing. And since you kind of have a lot of big footsteps to fill because you are on Murder Inc., what do you feel like
Mhm.
you bring? different to the table than some of the other female artists that they've had?
Um, I like how you phrased that question because a lot of people give me a lot of comparisons to Ashanti. And, the other females like Charlie and Vita, I'm not a rapper, so it's like I don't get compared to those female artists at all. It's really just Ashanti. And, we're both from the East Coast, and she's older than me. She's like a big sis. It's like I've always looked up to Ashanti. She has a beautiful voice. Her pen game is awesome. And so there's a lot that I learned from her. But what makes me different, I would say, is like I love to play the piano and I love Broadway show tunes. And I'm also 24, so I think I'm a bit into just different genres of music that wasn't really all that popular back then. And so I'm trying to bring that aspect to Murder Inc. now, like a more youthful generation, more like a new generational vibe, because Ja Rule's son Jeffrey, he makes music as well. And he makes this like indie, like it's nothing involved with hip hop. Like it's like trap, but it's very indie, it's very bohemian, it's very like rock. So interesting genre that they have going on. But yeah, we're trying to bring some new vibes over there, for sure.
That's what's up. And that's what you need. The music, the world needs that.
Yeah, most definitely.
But we still keep it classic. We still got like the very nostalgic Murder Inc. type of vibes on the album. Like to me, Heartbreaker is a very nostalgic Murder Inc. feel. I feel like you listen to that song and that was the goal. I wanted people to listen to it and to feel like they're listening to a Murder Inc. song. Like listen to it and think, oh, this song could have came out like 20 years ago. Like it has that type of vibe. That was the point, and that was exactly and continues to be the response we're getting. So it's a blessing, and we're ready to just continue releasing all this music.
Yeah.
So that is dope though, but I think you're appealing to everybody at one time. And to be honest, like my teenage daughters, I have daughters that are 19 and 17, and they listen to a lot of old school stuff, 20 years ago. And I mean, it's resurfacing.
Yeah.
It's still bringing them the same vibe that it gave me when I was younger than them. It's giving that to them now. And a lot of, a lot of younger people like that, they're into the 90s stuff. They're into the early 2000s stuff because, to be honest, that sound is so classic. And a lot of times when we're listening to things now, I'm going to be quite honest with you, everybody kind of sounds the same for a little bit. So I feel like you got to, either give them shock value and do something totally different, or you got to bring it back to what that works. And I feel like with what you described with your album, like you're doing both of those because you are giving us that old vibe, but then you also doing the house music. You also doing the different sounds that people don't get and people need to be able to, music should be joyous. And so I'm looking to really just party with you, girl. When the fall hits, excuse me, and this album drops, I'm ready to party with you.
The album is definitely, we have 11 tracks on it, and I could say 1 through 11, you could dance to every single one. And it's a vibe. It's a different vibe. It's going to take you on an emotional journey, but it's also very relatable, makes you feel strong as a woman, and it makes men kind of, and I've been told this, it makes them reflect on, my guy friends tell me they listen to my music and they think twice about what they did last night. I'm like, hey, maybe it'll be nice to these ladies then, because we're a force to be reckoned with.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed. So make sure that you tell everybody where they can follow you and find you.
Yes. You guys can follow me on all social media platforms, YouTube included, at Rick Woods. That's RickWoodz. Yes, like that one right there. And stay tuned. We're dropping the Heartbreaker remix next. You could go stream Heartbreaker right now. It's on all digital platforms. You could go cop it in iTunes too. I feel like people always forget that, but you could always buy it in iTunes. Support your girl. Heartbreaker. And you could go check the music video out too, if you're not doing nothing. It's a nice video featuring my guy Fly Guy DC from Atlanta. And it's a great nostalgic Murder Inc. vibe, that video, I would say. So if you want to tap into what Murder Inc. is coming with, that's a great start. We're at 3 million views for the video, which is crazy. It's because it's only been out for a month and a half. So everything just feels real good. I feel blessed. Thank you guys for having me tonight.
Listen now, for 3 million views in 1 month, that means people replaying. People are really, really vibing to it. And we played it in our mix before you came on. It's a great song.
Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. So fingers crossed, toes crossed, prayers up. Just
Yes,
foot on
yes. Most definitely. Well, thank you to our guest, Ricky, new R&B sensation, about to be tearing y'all up, okay? Because singles are coming, remixes are coming. She about to light y'all asses up for the summer. She gonna hit y'all with that album in the fall. Y'all not gonna know what to do with yourselves, and y'all gonna be like, "Dang, that's that girl that was on Illustrate." We had her here first, so make sure that you follow her at Rick Woods with a Z. This is going to be something, to me, I feel like is really going to be dynamic, just for your brand alone, but then also the Murder Inc. brand. I feel like we kind of needed this. You know what I mean? They've always been known to be giving us some bangers. They've always been known to light up the summer. That's no bull. They will stay doing that. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. You all support my guests, and you all make sure that you check us out. Yes, we will be right here again next Wednesday, live 9 to 10 p.m., streaming from the Studio 202 DC page on Facebook, streaming from our page, Illustrate Radio, on YouTube. Make sure that you're following us at Illustrate_radio. Make sure that you download on your Roku, your 7 on demand app, and catch us every Wednesday at 8. Make sure you got us on every platform: iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple. Whatever you doing on Wednesdays, you need to be listening to us. We have the best guests. We got the new music. We got the most entertainment. If you ain't watch us, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Make sure that you follow your girl at the Love Below _Sex Talk with T Gray. If you didn't see me last night, I had Clifton Powell and Michael Collier on my live show. Y'all, I had Pinky and Showboat. It was going down. If you didn't see it, you missed it. I'm sorry. You just can't get it. It was a fantastic time. Make sure you catch up with my co-host Lucky at Magical AF Podcast. And if you're in the DC area, go to Brackish Water, please, and pick up her CBD products. Okay, it was just her baby's birthday. Yes, buy them products. Support the babies. DJ Stiletto, where can they find you at?
You can find me on all platforms, DJ STYLETTO. You already know what it is. One and only. And we're going to run that Ricky Back Heartbreaker one more time. Make sure you go ahead and download that on all platforms. Remix coming out at you live. Coming soon, because she is the win. Coming soon.
Coming soon. Yes. And don't forget, you can get it on your Apple Music. Don't forget. Get it on your app, y'all. Get it.
Next video.
We'll see y'all next week. Bye-bye.
Each and every Wednesday. Bye. Let's hit it. It's Illustrate Radio. You know what it is. Catch us live each and every Wednesday from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. I'm DJ Stiletto. We out.